What's up, YouTube? Handlebar Mike here with a VR. This is a VR for Max over at Defiant Pipes. Max asked, I think he's doing a great thing. He's actually putting together kind of a life manual for his son, which is awesome. Things in writing, just in case, which I think is great. I'm a huge fan of writing stuff down. I go through the little moleskin notebooks like you wouldn't believe. The hope, I just write just whatever. I'm a Hemingway mentality. I write drunk and edit's over. um, but I just like to write things down. And I'm hoping my kids will find this stuff one day and either get a chuckle out of it or something like that. So good on you, Max. I think it's a great idea. Max asked for some advice, though. He actually polled the community because he's putting together this book for, like I said, a life manual with advice and stuff like that for his son. And I think it's a great idea to ask the community. The thing is, I don't know shit about shit. I've been on this earth not even 28 years, or 38 years. It would be 38 years in December. And I haven't lived through anything, man. I've lived a very good life. My parents are absolutely incredible. I had a good childhood, all that kind of stuff. I never really lived through many hardships or anything like that. And hopefully it'll continue. Who knows? So my advice, take it with a grain of salt. What I would recommend, not advice wise, but for your son, I think something you might want to tell him is have him to hopefully develop a passion for reading, and try to read stuff from people who have lived through things, have lived through tough times and whatnot, depressions and so forth and so on. Now, my life might change, especially over the next 4 years or so here in the States. We might have some shit to live through. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. But I did come up with a couple of things, man, and hopefully they help. The first one is don't wait for the perfect time to do something. There's no such thing. It's never going to happen. You're never going to have the perfect time. You're going to tell yourself over, not yet. I got to wait for the perfect time. Got to wait for the perfect time. And that's never going to happen. It's never going to come to that perfect time. There is times where you will need to do a mild risk assessment and take a leap. And deal with the consequences and work your way through it. That's part of it. That's part of life in general. If you sit around waiting for the perfect time, it's never going to happen. Number two, pay for experiences, not just things. When I was younger, I was a big thing person. I used to like things, buy things. I need to have the best things and show off that I had things. Things come and go, all right? Things break, things disappear. Experiences, though, that's what sticks with you. So if you have an opportunity to spend your money on an experience opposed to a thing, go with the experience because it'll stick with you a hell of a lot longer than that thing ever will. So make sure you're spending your money wisely on experiences, not just things. Then the last one I have is try to look for the positives in every experience that you come across. This is probably one of the hardest ones. We live in a very negative world. We are bombarded with more negativity today than I think anybody ever has been before through media and stuff like that. So if you can develop a skill to try to find the positive and enjoyment out of any scenario, you're going to have a much better life experience overall. It's definitely a skill. It's a lot easier to find the Debbie Downer side of things, but to be able to turn that around and turn it into a positive experience and keep those memories of that positive experience, you're going to have a much better time overall. You're going to have a lot more fun stories to tell too. It's all about perspective. Two people can look at the same scenario and one is humdrum and bleh, and the other one's like, hey, we still had a good time and this, and that's what you should be. You should be happy. You should be fun with experiences and stuff like that and look for the positive. You should also do that with people. I learned this from my father. My father tries to find the best in people and naive though, obviously you're too naive about it, you're going to get taken advantage of. But my father does a great job with trying to find the best in people and hope for the best in people, with still being conscious about possibilities of being taken advantage of and stuff like that. So those are just basic three. There's a couple of other bonus ones, I guess, that I'm a big fan of. And you might have a better time with this growing up in the same area that you're in if you are as you're older. Connect with your food. Understand where your food comes from. It's an important thing that I think we have lost as a culture. Understand where your food came from and make decisions on what you're eating based on what you know about where your food came from, okay? Learn to grow a little bit of food. You can have a little garden anywhere, and I guarantee the food you grow will taste better than any food you ever bought. Don't ever be afraid to work with your hands and get dirty either. I know we focus a lot on college educations and stuff like that, and Max, please don't be mad at me for saying this, but if you don't want to go to college, it's okay. As long as you learn something, learn a trade, learn to work with your hands, learn to do something, I think it's okay. There's a lot of incredible opportunities and jobs uh, that need good, skilled hands that always don't need a college degree. That sort of thing. And lastly, if you ever watch this, when you get older, buy a motorcycle because it'll freak your dad out. It'll be awesome. Maybe not. I don't know. With that, hopefully you guys enjoy this. Again, take my advice with a grain of salt. I don't know shit from shit. Just trying to make through the way I do. Have a great rest of the day, everybody. Don't forget, pack a bowl, light it up, relax, enjoy. See you guys online next time.